All right, this week we've got Middle Tennessee coming into town. They had a bye week last week, but been playing awfully well. Coach Stockstill's done a great job. I think it's his 7th year there, and done a great job recruiting. He's assembled a great staff. Defensively, Coach Nix and Coach Ellis do a tremendous job. Coach Nix was here when I was at Oklahoma State, I think about 10 years ago. We played him in the Houston Bowl, and he's done a great job. And Coach Faulkner does a really nice job with their offense. So it'll be a real test. We're excited to be back home again, and looking forward to playing a really good Middle Tennessee team.
Questions?
Saturday will be senior day, so anything special planned for the seniors to, I guess maybe beforehand? Or?
Well, I think in most instances you introduce your seniors, have their families there. They've meant so much to Southern Miss athletics, and done a lot here. And so I think anywhere you try to make sure that you honor that in their families and appreciation for what they've done.
I mean, you've been here for a short time, but I imagine there are quite a few seniors that you've connected with that you'll sort of, be sad to see go, I guess.
Sure. No, and whenever you take a job, the plan is that you end your career there. I've said that many times when I took this job, and so those guys are going to be Golden Eagle alumni, and you anticipate them coming back and being a big part of your program moving forward. And it's been tough. There's no question it's been tough on those guys. Not the way they wanted to end their career. So, but they've meant a lot in terms of mentoring some of our younger players, and it'll be a big part of our program moving forward.
What things concern you the most that Middle Tennessee can present on defense?
Well, defensively, they're not afraid to challenge you on the perimeter. They're not afraid to get up and play man and force your guys on the perimeter to execute and route run and separate. That's the one thing. I think they do a really nice job mixing in their coverages and affecting the quarterback, and they play awfully hard. That's the biggest thing. They're not complicated. They just do things well, and they play hard. And so that's what the challenge is for us.
They're pretty good on the ground as well. You gave up a lot of yards on the ground last week. Have you talked to Coach Duggan about maybe switching things up, or just kind of playing it as it goes right now?
Well, there's no way to switch it up. I mean, you can tweak some things, but we've just got to do what we do and do it better. Middle Tennessee poses a number of problems for you defensively. They've got an experienced quarterback who can run and throw. They've got good skill guys in the backfield on the perimeter. So it's going to be a real challenge, but you just can't change things up. You can't just switch week to week. You've got to do what you do, and you've got to continue to do better. Can we simplify some things? Sure. Do we have a number of guys playing that have been in and out of the lineup? Of course. So we've just got to continue to do what we do and do it better.
The biggest, with all the injuries, of course injuries hurt anybody, but given the fast-paced nature of the college football game, has that sort of magnified the injury situation in terms of like not being able to rotate in as many guys? I mean, the guys that are on the field are pretty much on the field, way more than they would be without the injuries.
No, I think the more that the game is played at a fast pace, it poses problems for all teams around the country in terms of having enough personnel to be able to rotate and play guys on both sides of the ball, to be able to feel good about all of your skill guys and be able to match up. And that's hurt us at times. But obviously, we've got to do a better job with our first group that gets out there. And so that's where we're headed. Again, we faced a number of different teams, and they've had varying schemes of what they do defensively. And it still comes down to doing what you do, doing it better, playing with great energy, attitude, body language, playing possessed, and getting aligned and getting your assignments down and playing good footballs. Again, you see different structures. Again, it comes down to the best defenses are simple, sound, and they play their rear ends off.
Pretty sure behind closed doors, Bill McGillis has been giving you a lot of support. What did it mean to see, or did you see the tweets after the game? It was a series of tweets basically throwing in support behind you. What does it mean to have that public support from him?
I did see the tweets, and you always appreciate the support you are given obviously by your immediate boss. Ultimately, I understand my job. I mean, I get it. Our job is to win football games. And so at the end of the day, I think he understands where we're at and where we're trying to build moving forward. So again, I appreciate that, but at the end of the day, I obviously know my job, and that's to win football games.
Not much jumps off the page in terms of what Middle Tennessee does on defense, except create turnovers. Looking at it here, it says they've created the third most turnovers of anybody in the country. So, I mean, how do you guys plan to address that, or sort of try not to let them create
Sure.
turnovers?
Well, that's one. I mean, that's the number one stat in winning football games is turning it over or creating turnovers. So, and nowadays yards is an overrated stat because with all the teams in our league that play fast and they play fast, they're going to play a number of snaps. That's unfair to them when you try to just look at stats. They do a great job. And obviously when they challenge you and they try to affect the quarterback, and they've been up in a number of games and forced teams to throw it. So, but they're very active, very athletic, very well coached. So we've got to do a great job, again, of trying to run the football and keeping the game within range to where we don't put ourselves in harm's way. That's really been our biggest issue.
Coach, I know you hit on the seniors earlier, but what's your biggest message to them this week going into their last home game?
Well, you've got a number of guys. You've got a couple of junior college guys that will play their last game, and you've got your other seniors. And the bottom line is, how do you want to go out? How do you want your last game to be remembered here at home? It'll be sad for, I'm sure, a number of them. It's hard to see it coming. There always seems to be one more game. But the message is, you've got 2 more weeks. This is your last home week. Let's make the best of it.
Will there be any personnel changes of note this week, or any personnel changes?
Not that I anticipate, no.
On the sidelines, you always see Alan and Nick kind of having conversations. What is it like to know that you have 2 quarterbacks that are, willing to help each other out and try to help each other get better?
Well, I think that's common. Most places I've been, the quarterbacks are good about that. You rarely find where your quarterbacks aren't real willing to help the next guy. You spend so much time together. But Alan's been through it. Alan's been through all the ups and downs of playing the position now at 2 different schools. And it's hard not to like both of them. Their personalities are very similar, very smart, very passionate about the game. And so it's easy for them to get along.
If you saw the end of that Georgia-Auburn game, do you ever think, hey, why can't we get a few breaks like that?
No question. That was a great play. Obviously, you get it up in the air and you never know. And the problem is you have to be at 4th and 18 and going for it and just throw it down the field 50 yards. And we're not in that position right now to be, 4th and 18 and going for it. So, but obviously, we've got to create our own breaks. That's what you do. You got to put yourself in position to where that can happen. The reason that happened is because one play made a difference in the game. That's why. You can get those breaks when you're in the game and you put yourself in position to get those breaks. We haven't done a good enough job of doing that.
Maybe shoot a quick comment on Adam Williams. Has he been 100% at all this year?
Adam's been fine. For the last few weeks, he's been fine.
I mean, and yet, there was a time though when he wasn't at 100%, I guess. And yet he's still out there. He's got 2 sacks, 7.5 tackles for loss. I mean, what's he meant to the front 4 at a time when there's been some depth concerns, I guess, there.
Well, the guy that got injured last year and ended up having to get the year back, and he's been a tremendous help. In terms of our front steadying force, he is a good football player that, when healthy, really can make a difference.
2 or 3 months ago, Kyle Sloter was a quarterback, and I believe he started this last game. What has he done, or what did he do to earn that position?
All he did was work hard, and then we had a lot of attrition. That's really the 2 things that developed. But he put himself in position for us to trust him to put him in the lineup. It's really a simple game. If you can block, protect, throw, catch, run, it's really simple on offense, and we've made it awfully hard. And so you're looking for guys that you'll get it from an energy standpoint, an effort standpoint, and that's what he's done. He's put himself in a position to where we can count on him to play good football.
I don't mean to parse your words here, but Saturday, when you were mentioning the comment about, when you quit, you're in trouble. Last thing you said was, we're in trouble. Was that a...
No, I never said we're in trouble. I said you're in trouble. I said you're in trouble if you ever become a guy that quits. So I didn't say we're in trouble. I said the moment that you become that and you allow that to be anything you're about. And I said, there's a lot of things in life you want to be called, that you can live with, excuse me. Quitting's not one of them. I don't care what you do. You can call someone a lot of different things. But at the end of the day, if you're a quitter by nature, you'll never be successful in life, because you're going to have pitfalls. You're going to have things that don't go your way. It just does. I don't care who it is. That's all I was getting at, was that when the reference of guys quitting, I can't speak to every player, but it's not in anything that I believe in. It's nothing that the guys that we're moving forward with have. I haven't seen it. So people can say they think they've seen what they've seen. I have not seen it. I've seen our guys play hard. I've seen them play with energy. It just hasn't gone our way. And so we've got to continue to build, play better, coach better, and do it better. That's the bottom line. But I haven't seen that part of it. And I wasn't making any reference to our team or any individual player. I just said it can't be what we're about. It can't be what any individual person is about. Otherwise, they have no chance in life.